watch the sun go down over the same old town, like so many times before. We look at the same old stars, battle the same old wars, like so many times before. And I know that we're not perfect, but I'm gonna miss all that we had. Yeah, I know that we're not perfect, but I need this night for the last time. Stay.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Either way, I'm so excited to have you guys here today. I am going to be completely decluttering my garage. I have been wanting to do this for months. Our garage was a mess. And if you are new here, we use our garage for storage. We don't have a basement or an attic or anything like that. We do have like a small area right above our garage that we can place a few things up into, but for the most part, this is our primary storage area, and so it becomes very cluttered very quickly. So me and my husband are going to be tackling this today and getting everything cleaned up and organized, and it's not going to be Pinterest worthy or anything like that, but it is going to be a dramatic transformation, and I'm really excited for you guys to see it.
Miss all that we had. Yeah, I know that we're not perfect, but I need this night for the last time. Stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay.
So I was very overwhelmed when I came out here, and it was one of those situations where you almost didn't even know where to start because there was a lot going on, and I knew there was a lot of stuff that I was not going to be keeping in here. So my thought process was creating different piles. So I have a pile of trash, a pile for donate, and then a pile for stuff that I was going to try to get rid of in the neighborhood. And it was awesome because we had a neighbor that just ended up taking everything that I was trying to get rid of. So it was very convenient for me. They just came and picked it all up, and I didn't even have to worry about it. But while I was working, I decided to work in sections. So I just picked a side to work on, and I did pick the least overwhelming side because I was working on this day in particular by myself. It took us several days to do this over the course of a few weeks, so it was definitely a long task, but I decided to start over here because this is where we keep all of our pantry items. So things that I don't need to keep in the house, but I still need to have on hand quickly if I need to come out here and grab something. Now our garage is insulated, so we don't have to worry about food going bad or anything like that. I always get questions about that, but that was one of the first things that we did when we moved here, was to insulate our garage. So I just have a lot of our dry stuff out here, canned goods, chicken stock, a lot of rice and pasta, and that way it frees up a lot of space on my inside pantry, so I don't really have to worry about it as much. But it was overwhelming, so I wanted to go ahead and get that taken care of. And then I'm just going to go through our coats and our little entryway kind of mud room that I have going on here. We have a few bins here full of shoes and snow gear and all of that, so I did take a few minutes to look through that as well and get rid of anything that maybe wasn't going to fit the kids anymore or whatever. So I'm going to take a few minutes and get this side kind of picked up and figure out what I'm keeping and what I'm not keeping, and then I will begin working on the more difficult side of the garage.
You're looking so old. You're looking so old. Now I'm moving closer to you, and it's getting dark in this room. Tell me what you wanna do. Baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love you, let me love you. Baby, let me love you.
One thing that I have implemented this year, and you guys have probably seen over the course of the last year if you've been following me for that long, is I've been trying to be more minimal about the things that I'm keeping and more intentional about what I'm bringing into my house. And so over last year, I have been decluttering my house like a crazy lady and really just getting rid of a lot of stuff that we just do not need and that we've been holding on to for maybe a time that we might use it in the future. I just get rid of it because it's taking up space that we don't have, and we are bringing another baby into our home, and so we're gonna have even less space for clutter. And so over the last year, I have done so many KonMari method style videos here on my channel. And if you guys are unfamiliar with the KonMari method, it is a great way to declutter your home. Her principles are basically just keep anything that sparks joy and get rid of everything else that doesn't. And I've really implemented that into my life. I have a ton of home decor that I'm just not loving anymore, and I've been kind of holding on to if maybe I use it in the future, but I'm really trying to not be that way anymore and just be more minimal. So I got rid of a lot of stuff this year, you guys, and I was really proud of myself because I've always been somebody who held on to things for the what ifs or held on to things because of sentimental value, and I do still have some things that bring me joy in the sentimental aspect, you know, a few kids' clothing items that I've kept for the kids and things like that. Those things bring me joy and they make me excited. So I did keep those type of things, but everything else, I got rid of it. And this method has been working really well for me. So if you guys are curious, you can just Google Marie Kondo. She has a TV show on Netflix. She has a book. She has all kinds of resources. So if that is something that you're interested in learning about, I highly recommend it. It's not just something that you use while you're decluttering. It really does become your lifestyle.
Looking back at the good times before it all went down. Climb right up.
So in my previous decluttering videos that I have done in my garage, we don't ever really go through the bins. We do every now and then, but this time in particular, we did go through every single bin and got rid of anything that we weren't using, that maybe went bad. We had a lot of paint and things like that that just weren't good anymore, so we got rid of those. And like I was saying before, I got rid of a lot of home decor, and I haven't gone through Christmas stuff yet because we are getting ready to decorate for Christmas the next few months, so I figured that would be a good time to go through all of that stuff instead of getting it all out and going through it now. It just seemed like a lot of work when I could kind of kill two birds with one stone. So my garage is definitely not Pinterest worthy. It's not my ideal garage organization, but you do not need to spend a lot of money to keep a space organized. They have plenty of options at the Dollar Tree or Walmart, and that is what these bins are from. But it's okay to not have bins either. I know a lot of us feel like we have to use bins to organize, and yes, they do help, but you don't need to use them all the time. And we have a lot of areas in our garage that we're not using bins, and we do have some random things kind of thrown on shelves. But at the end of the day, if it's organized to you and you feel like it's functioning for your family, then it's organized enough. Sometimes I get so caught up in having a Pinterest-worthy space because I am what you would say an influencer, and I feel like, you know, you see a lot of garage organization videos and they are just extravagant garages. Everything matches and everything looks good, but that stuff can be really expensive and we just don't have the budget for that. So we were working with what we have. I would have loved to have gotten all new bins to match, but it's not in the budget for us. It's not something that's a priority for me. It's a garage. It doesn't need to look beautiful. It just needs to be organized and function for my family's needs. So I wouldn't say recently, but within the last few months, I did a Q&A in one of my cleaning videos. and I loved doing that so much that I would love to do it again. So I wanted to take this time and ask you guys to leave me any comments down below of questions that you might have for me. It can be anything, it can be baby related, house related, relationship related, whatever it is. Nothing is off the table, and I would love to hear your questions, and then I will pick some of those questions to answer in my next cleaning video. It just gives me something to talk about and for you guys to learn more about me, but for me to also learn more about you, because I feel like it encourages a lot of conversations in my comment section, and it's just a lot of fun. It's so fun getting to know you guys and having those connections. I don't know, it's definitely one of my more favorite things about YouTube.
Let me tell you, no, because my eyes are open, your words will keep bouncing away.
I got a lot of slack in one of my old garage cleaning videos about having our ladders on a few nails on the wall. It is a hazard. I will agree with you guys. It's definitely a hazard, especially having kids out there. So we got this Craftsman garage and shed organizer, and it comes with different things that you can hang stuff on, and it came with ladder hooks in particular, so we figured we'd go ahead and get it. That way our ladders are secure in the way that they are supposed to be, and we love this so much. We actually got another one for our shed so that we could have all of those tools and shovels and things like that out there organized. And I love the way that it looks. It doesn't take up a whole lot of space on the wall, but it still makes everything look organized.
I used to let it in, all the things you said. You try to turn me into somebody else, but it will ricochet. I won't let it bite. I will look at you and tell you that I'm alright. Like a ricochet, it will come back to you.
Now that everything is pretty much organized in here, I am just going to go through and wipe some stuff down. My kids love to play with chalk in the garage, and so there was chalk all over their kitchen here, and then there was some chalk on the floor. So I will get in here and mop as well, but I wanted to take a few minutes and just wipe a few of these surfaces down, and that way, you know, it wasn't as dirty. It is a garage, so I wasn't really concerned about it being super clean, but we had a lot of dirt on the floor because I was doing some spray painting in here and pulling the cars in and whatever else. It gets really dirty. So I did want to just mop over it really quickly so it got that major layer of dirt off the floor. We would love to eventually epoxy the floors in here, but at this point it just seems like a lot of work. It would have been something that we needed to do when we first moved in and didn't have anything in the garage, but I feel like it's kind of too late, and we have a lot of stains, and I don't know if we could get all of that out. And so I don't know, we've talked about it and gone back and forth, but I just don't really see how we could do that, and I just feel like it would be more of a hassle than anything else. So I don't know if you guys have successfully epoxied your garage floors when you had stuff in there. And if you did, let me know kind of how you did it. Did you work in sections? Did you move everything out first? I would love to know.
Not a smooth talker under pressure. Sweaty palms ain't making it much better. Something about you feels so special. Pretty over from the minute that I met you. walking outside, trying to get your attention. You make me nervous. In the corner of my best friend's sofa, you were getting buzzing rum and coffee.
So now I'm going to show you guys how I make my organization labels using my CRICUT Joy. So thank you to CRICUT for sponsoring today's video. And I'm going to be using my CRICUT app today to create the labels that I want. And what I love about the app is that it is so easy to use. And not only that, it also walks you through all of the steps that you need to do whenever you are using your CRICUT Joy. So it'll tell you when it's time to load the paper, it'll tell you when it's time to take it out, when it's time to switch the pens and the cutting tool. It'll tell you everything, and I love that about the app because I am not a crafty person. I know maybe it seems like I am, but I'm not. And whenever I'm using my CRICUT Joy, I have the confidence to be able to create beautiful projects in my very own home. You do not need to be a crafty person in order to use a CRICUT, and that's what I love about their products is I feel like anybody can use them. You do not need to be an influencer or be somebody who creates things on Etsy. Anybody can use this in the comfort of their home. And what I love about the CRICUT Joy is that it is portable, so what's nice is you can bring this all over your house. It's not real bulky or heavy. You could easily bring it to work or to a friend's house if maybe you're working on a project in those spaces as well. You guys know I love my CRICUT. I have made so many organization labels with my CRICUT Joy, and I've also made things like t-shirts and car decals. The options are endless. You can make anything, and CRICUT gives you the tools and the resources that you need to be confident in creating these projects at home. If you guys are interested in CRICUT Joy or any CRICUT products, I will leave their website linked down below, as well as all of the products that I used in today's video to create the labels that I have here in my garage. And thank you again to CRICUT for sponsoring today's video.
Take my hand, I will walk with you. I won't let go till you say so.
And now for those satisfying before and after clips. You guys, I cannot believe we got this done. When we decided we were going to start working on the garage, it just felt so overwhelming and like such a big task to complete. And I cannot believe it's all done and ready. And we don't have to worry about it once baby is here. And it just feels so good to have all of this stuff decluttered and donated and out of my house. So if you guys are in need of some decluttering motivation, I really hope you leave my channel today feeling inspired and motivated to tackle a space in your home that you have the same problem with, where things just collect and collect and collect and you don't even know where to start. I really do hope that this encourages you to get a start on that area and just get it done, because it feels so good to have a space nice and organized and free of clutter. Anyways, you guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope that y'all enjoyed it, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys!
Sometimes I wonder where you came from. You are special, yeah, you're special. Everything about you is so beautiful. I am all yours.